Brazil in 2025 is loud, vibrant, chaotic, and still completely irresistible. It's a country where samba meets politics, football meets inflation, and the Amazon rainforest is both a blessing and a battleground. So what do you need to know about Brazil right now? Let's start with the obvious. Brazil is the largest country in South America. It's the fifth largest in the world by area and population. It has over 200 million people, thousands of miles of coastline, and more biodiversity than your local zoo could ever dream of. But behind the beaches and the jungle, Brazil is a political and economic heavyweight and a complicated one. But let's break down the political system first. Brazil is a federal presidential constitutional republic. Yeah, that's a mouthful, but here's what it means. It has 26 states, one federal district, and a president who does pretty much everything. The president is both the head of state and the head of government. He's elected by popular vote and can serve up to 2 consecutive 4-year terms. In 2025, the president is Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Yes, Lula's back again. He was president from 2003 to 2010, came back in 2023, and he is still steering the ship. Lula's Workers' Party, known as PT, leans left. He focuses on social programs, environmental protection, and reducing inequality. But governing Brazil is like juggling while walking on a tightrope during a thunderstorm. There are coalitions, party infighting, and a Congress that loves drama more than a soap opera. Speaking of Congress, Brazil's legislature is bicameral. That means 2 houses, the Chamber of the Deputies and the Federal Senate. The Chamber of Deputies has 513 members. The Senate has 81. And almost every party under the sun is represented. Brazil has over 30 political parties. Yeah, 30. So imagine trying to get them all to agree on anything. And that's why coalition politics is the norm. Presidents have to build alliances across a fragmented landscape, and that often means political, let's call it horse trading. It's messy, but somehow it works most of the time. And now let's talk economy. Brazil is the largest economy in Latin America. It's rich in resources, soy, beef, iron ore, oil, coffee, and of course the Amazon. In 2025, Brazil is bouncing back from global shocks and pandemic aftershocks. Growth is modest but steady. Inflation is under control for now, but inequality remains a massive challenge. In the same city, you can find luxury skyscrapers and sprawling favelas side by side. That's the paradox of Brazil. Wealthy in potential, poor in distribution. Lula's government is pushing for return to social welfare programs. Things like Bolsa Familia, a cash transfer program for low-income families, are back in focus. The goal is to lift millions out of poverty. But it's not easy. Budget constraints, conservative opposition, and corruption scandals are always lurking. And corruption, by the way, is a recurring character in Brazilian politics. From Operation Car Wash to countless smaller scandals, it's almost expected. But voters are watching, and they are tired. And what about the environment? The Amazon. It's often called the lungs of the planet, and in 2025 it's a global hotspot, politically, ecologically, and literally. Deforestation slowed under Lula's return thanks to stricter enforcement and international pressure. But illegal logging, land grabbing, and mining are still big threats there. The Amazon is under siege, and protecting it's a daily battle. Brazil is caught between development and preservation, between growing the economy and saving the planet, and it's not always clear which side is winning at the moment. On the international stage, Brazil is making moves. It's part of BRICS alongside Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and it's trying to assert more influence in global affairs. In 2025, Brazil is pushing for a seat at the big tables: climate talks, trade deals, and UN reform. It wants to be heard, and with its size and resources, it deserves to be. Culturally, Brazil is as dynamic as ever. Music, dance, film, literature, it's all there and it's world class. Carnival remains one of the most spectacular events on the planet. Even if you're not in Rio, you can feel the rhythm across the country. And football? Still a religion. Neymar may be aging, but new stars are rising. And the passion is eternal. Socially, Brazil is evolving. Young Brazilians are more connected, more vocal, and more politically aware. They are fighting for climate justice, for LGBT rights, racial equality, and indigenous land protection. And they are also frustrated. Corruption, unemployment, and violence still shape too many lives. But there's resilience here. Brazil has been through recessions, impeachments, uprisings. And it keeps dancing, sometimes angrily, sometimes joyfully, but always forward. So, what do you need to know about Brazil this year in short? It's a country of extremes, extreme beauty, extreme inequality, extreme politics. It's a democracy with a flair for drama, a powerhouse struggling to balance progress with preservation. A nation that stumbles, falls, and somehow always gets back up. It's not perfect. It's not predictable. But it is alive. And it matters. And now you know why. This is Outside Views. Thanks for watching. And the next video is right here in the end screen.